What is going on, my beautiful brothers and sisters, fellow radiators of love? My name is Jamal Pope, aka J Fenixx, and this is going to be the July 2023 tarot reading for Virgos, the fairies of the zodiac. I call you guys the fairies of the zodiac. Let's see what we have going on for July for you all. I've already given this deck a nice shuffle. Let's see what the dominant energy that you are bringing into this month is. So we have the 10 of Wands in reverse. Oh, there is something that you have been carrying that you are dropping. It's interesting too because my perspective on this card has shifted, because I think a lot of times the 10 of Wands upright is someone that's actually willing to put in the work and willing to carry and willing to actually, like, no matter how many times something falls or drops, they just pick it up and they just keep moving. This is in reverse. So Virgo, you're dropping something this month. Like you're done carrying this burden. You're done carrying a certain situation, maybe even a certain person. You're done. You're ready to let it go, right? So going into that first week, we have the Knight of Swords. Yeah, there's definitely going to be, you're going to be maybe wanting to champion some sort of ideology coming into this first week of the month. There's definitely a lot of rapid movement when it comes to like the rashness and stuff like that. This is probably has to do with the fact that Mars will be coming into your sign this month. So you're definitely going to be feeling the power, when it comes to that energy, wanting to really move things forward and just, you're going to have the power. This one, I was going to say, Mars coming into your sign, you're going to definitely be feeling a lot stronger and feeling like I can actually do this and actually really move forward. So it's definitely going to be like, you're kind of like suiting up, you're putting on like your warrior gear and you're ready to go and tackle this month. Let's see how it continues, right? We have the 8 of Wands for that second week. So rapid changes, rapid developments. Things are going to be moving fast for you. Things are going to be moving very fast for you. So one of your ruling planets, of course, Mercury, is moving fast right now too, right? So it's like, that's the thing about this. There's something that's kind of moving and shifting. Once you drop these wands, whatever it is that you're dropping, it's going to give you the power to really move forward. It's almost like you're going on some sort of new adventure, if you will, or maybe the adventure that you always wanted to go on, but you may have held yourself up with certain obligations or things that you thought you were obligated to do, but now you're finally letting go of it and you're ready to like charge forward. Going into that third week, we have the 2 of Cups in reverse. The 2 of Cups in reverse. Some of you guys, so when it comes to like emotionally connecting to an individual, there's definitely going to be some sort of realization and epiphany that happens with the fact that we do have that Lionsgate portal that's going to be activated. Of course, this is when the sun goes into Leo, but there's a lot of other things going on. Venus is going to retrograde at that. It's going to station retrograde on that same day, and it's like almost going to make it to Virgo, but not quite. So there's definitely going to be this element where it's like the Mars and Venus are wanting to come together, but they're not going to quite meet. That's the thing about this. And there's going to be a little of emotional frustration because you're wanting to bring like the masculine aspect and the feminine aspect, and you would love for them to meet in your sign, but it's just not going to happen. So, I don't think this is going to be necessarily like everything's just going to be raw and just like bad and fall apart and a relationship's not going to work out or anything like that. We really need to draw more cards to kind of give a little bit more clarity into this. So for like that fourth week, these cards came at the same time, so I'm going to go ahead and bring them both. There's the Hermit card and the Page of Pentacles. So maybe there is this element where some of y'all might actually go through a breakup. Some of y'all might actually go through a breakup this month, but there's definitely this element where you're kind of having to go back into solitude and then like reconnect with your own sense of like self-worth and value, kind of get back to basics in many ways. So yeah, I mean, if you're single, this doesn't necessarily mean that, obviously you can't break up with someone. If you're single, maybe there's a crush that you have that, maybe you're feeling like you're like, I'm hearing with like the 10 of Wands in reverse, like you're almost like crushed under the weight of like trying to carry these sticks and this crush, and maybe it's just not panning out the way that you wanted to, and things may even move very fast, and that 2 of Cups energy, it may not turn out the way that you want to. Virgo, be careful, Virgo. Be careful of like flings and random romantic encounters, because that 2 of Cups in reverse is not going to turn out the way that you wanted to, especially with Venus retrograding in your 12th house. And it's not going to happen the way she wants to. So, overall, though, we do have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So, yeah, there's something going on here where you're wanting to build something, and it's like you're trying to get past like the first or second step, and it's just not really getting to that third base. It's not really getting to that third step. There could be a little bit of frustration when it comes to that naturally. Let's see what we have in like the different elemental slots so we can give like some more clarity to this overall thing. But essentially, there's something that you're dropping. You're wanting to move forward. You're wanting to move forward fast. You felt like you had the power with Mars, but then the emotional fulfillment and connection is not quite there. And there's this call to kind of go back within yourself and find like your values. So there's like you're becoming like the student again and learning what to really be grateful for. And the Three of Pentacles in reverse, like there's this sort of like you're trying to get past like this. It's like you're trying to like nail like a trick. Like if you're like a skateboard or something like that. You may not necessarily be a skateboard, but maybe there's like a certain trick that you feel like you have to learn, and then once you learn it, like you graduate and get to like the next step. But it's like you're trying to keep learning this trick, and it's just like you keep falling down and keep falling down and keep falling down. It's not quite landing. That's what the Three of Pentacles here is. It's like there's some frustration to where you feel like it's just not quite. It's like you keep popping off the clutch. You know what I'm saying? Like the car is not quite starting. You know. Let's see what we have going on. I kind of want to actually get another card to see what exactly is that's influencing that. We have the Six of Wands. Capricorn also got this card. So maybe there's something going on with the earth signs. We'll see if Taurus gets this card. This is having to do with the lack of like accolades or maybe even adoration from someone. So yeah, someone is really just not. So if you are in a relationship, maybe you're feeling like your partner's not really recognizing you. That doesn't mean to blow up the relationship and that's over. You just need to communicate that there are certain things that maybe you're trying to communicate to them, but communicate like directly and like your ruling planet is in a water sign, so maybe it might be a little bit hard for you to do that, but like just communicate directly and like let people know what you really want, but you're feeling unseen essentially. If you are single and maybe you're looking or maybe you have a crush, yeah, just I'm hearing to really just go within and to kind of just if this person's meant to be in your life, they'll be in your life. But honestly, with the fact that Venus is slowing down in your 12th house, it's not really meant to be. Like honestly, I hate to be like that person, Virgo, but it's like when you have the planet of love and relationships retrograding in your 12th house and it's Leo energy, which is all about romance too. Like, unless you're already are in a relationship, I don't know if necessarily getting within one right now is even like, and it's not even gonna like really pan out that well. It's not even like really a great option because it's just, is it spiritually aligned? More than likely, it's not. You know what I mean? So, um, yeah, you're wanting to be recognized. You're wanting to sort of arrive. You're wanting to feel like you're wanting to feel victorious, but you don't quite feel victorious. You have the power, you know, but the power is going to come from going within. It's not something that's going to be external. It's going to become going within with that Hermit card, you know, and realizing your true worth and your true value, you know. So now when it comes to the fire energy in your life, passion, romance, creative projects of the sort, we have the card of the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, you definitely aren't really feeling super abundant right now. Not that the abundance isn't there, but you're not really feeling it. You're not really seeing all that you have built right now, and you're kind of blocking your own vision. It's almost like with that Knight of Swords and with of the Eight of Wands, it's almost like you're moving by so fast. Everything's sort of like a blur. And you may come out the other end of this month, be like, what the freak just happened? Your hair's gonna be like drawn back because you've been flying so fast. Your eyes are gonna be like way up here. You're gonna be like, what in the world was that month? You know, so it's like that's why I say, like, Virgo, like, be careful of one night stands. Be careful of like flings because like it's going to be fast. It's not going to be something that's super sustainable, right? When it comes to the earth energy, when it comes to how you feel solid in your life, your finances, your sense of worth, your sense of value, we do have the justice card in reverse. So there's definitely this element where you're feeling unbalanced. You got to get back to balance. And right now, it's like you're kind of almost doing yourself an injustice right now. or maybe you're feeling like some injustices are committed upon you. There's definitely some imbalances right now when it can come to your finances potentially. Weird things may happen this month, but it's really because it's like I think this Ten of Wands thing almost. I think what's going to happen is you're going to realize that whatever it is that you're carrying. You see, this is how tarot readings happen. Like they evolve. I'm learning that the Ten of Wands may not necessarily be something that you even need to drop. It's probably actually going to be the thing that keeps you going forward and keeps you sustained. I'm hearing that you dropping this and trying to speed off into some new adventure is actually going to lead to an imbalance in your life. So it's like you have to, maybe you just learn a new technique on how to carry the Ten of Wands so you're not as tired. So it's like you come up with like a new system, if you will. When it comes to the air energy in your life, when it comes to communication and relationships, you have the Seven of Wands upright. The Seven of Wands upright. So you feel like people are coming for your position and you're having to hold your position. You may find yourself in weird debates this month. You may find yourself being challenged by other people, and then you having to defend where you are and why things are happening, right? Why you are the way that you are. Why are you this way? Virgo, like what's going on, Virgo? I feel like you guys just aren't really. This probably honestly has to do with the fact that Venus is going to be retrograding in your 12th house, and it's not going to be the easiest energy either. So even though Venus enjoys being in the 12th house naturally with the Pisces energy, because that's where she likes to be, but this is Leo, so it takes on a fire-like aspect to it as well. There's definitely this element where you're Virgo, you can definitely, Virgos especially, I'm going to say this mainly for my single Virgos. If you think you found your, like if you're not married or with like in a long-term relationship right now, if you are convinced that someone is your twin flame, go in the opposite direction because they're not your twin flame. Promise you, they're not your twin flame. Okay? Just throw that idea away. Throw it away. Don't take my word for it. I'm just saying that they're not your twin flame. Okay? It's happening in your 12th house. This isn't like this is. You can definitely get it in your head that this person is like the one is like your twin flame. Blah blah blah. That's not the case. Unless you guys have already been established, you're working through things, right? And there's going to be challenges for those who are coupled up right now too, as well. But when it comes to like the communication, there's definitely this element where you feel like you're going to be defending yourself quite a bit this month, right? Now, when it comes to the water energy, we have the Queen of Swords upright. Emotionally, it's emotionally, people may see you as pretty stoic, actually, this month, and people may really, you may actually kind of rub people the wrong way as far as that goes, because you're going to be from an emotional standpoint, kind of very a matter of factly. This Queen of Swords energy, like I said, for me, it reminds me of Athena energy and like intellectual creativity in many ways, and also just like wartime tactics too. I think with the planet of war coming into your sign, you definitely are wanting to like charge forward into some new venture, if you will, and things are going to start to move fast. But you have to be very strategic about the way that you move this. And it's going to be through those strategies that's going to kind of determine how your emotions are. So it's like, I think having the Queen of Swords here, at the very least, with it being upright, is going to be solid. Like, I don't think emotionally it's going to be super up and down. There may be some frustrations with that Two of Cups in reverse, but I think it's going to be relatively solid for the most part. But this is ice. This isn't, some people might feel you to be cold. That's the other thing about it. So, and I think that's the part of the reason, that's part of the whole Seven of Wands things. Like, you're feeling like you have to defend yourself and everything like that. But I think it's just because like you've been putting in so much work, you've been carrying this thing for so long, and then you're not necessarily getting the recognition, or no one's even really noticing it so much. It's like, dang, but you notice it when you go into your own personal world. It's like people don't really see the behind the doors. People don't really see that. And then when you have a moment of weakness and you maybe get frustrated, maybe you piss off a coworker, you piss off a loved one or whatever like that, and you don't mean it, it's not malicious or anything like that. Your response initially is just going to be very matter of factly and stuff like that. And people may think that you're being cold. that's not the case. It's just that like sometimes like it's gonna be like you never even asked. Like I think Virgos are gonna be like you never really asked. Now suddenly you care, but it's like you never really asked how I was doing, whatever like that. You guys see like the finish and end products, but you don't really know what goes on behind closed doors, right? Overall card though, we do have the Two of Pentacles. So there's this element where you are juggling things. You see those boats in the back where it's like wavy and stuff like that too. So there's definitely this element where you are having to sort of balance these aspects, the light and the dark. You're having to balance this whole like it's like you're on a ship and you're going up and down over the waves, stuff like that. You're having to like adjust the sails at certain times and be strategic so you can actually get over these waves and get to your destination. So this whole month, Virgo, is going to be a massive balancing act. You know, I think it's like you kind of are wanting to manifest something, like I said, with that Three of Pentacles that came up earlier. But then the Two of Pentacles is going to kind of bring you back to kind of basics and remind you just like, well, sometimes like in order to juggle three, you got to learn how to juggle two efficiently, you know, and you're trying to get to three. And maybe you even had a few times where you was able to juggle three or four or five, you know, but maybe you're in a period where it's just not really happening that way. For example, I was playing FIFA earlier, right? And I have like my character that I'm playing through, like my player, and I had a string of 5 games where I didn't score a goal. That was frustrating. I'm the top goal scorer in the league, but I went 5 games without scoring a goal. And I'm like, sometimes you're just off your game. Sometimes it just happens, but that doesn't mean that you just throw in the towel, you give up. Not at all. It's funny. It's like I did that, and then I finally scored a goal. I got injured for 3 weeks, and then when I came back from injury, I scored 5 goals in 1 game. Right. So that's the thing about this too, Virgo. It's like things can happen fast. I think that's what's going to happen. It's like people are going to notice, like you're going to like. It's like you may have like an off day or an off game, but then you're going to have like a very quick victory. That's just going to be like, holy crap, how'd you pull that off? And then you kind of explain to them. They may not necessarily get it, and then there may be some frustration there, and that can cause maybe some of the discord that you might see throughout the month. But overall, I do think it'll be a positive month for Virgos. It's going to be nice you having at least Mars in your sign to give you some strength to really move forward. It's just how are you going to handle that raw energy too? Because it's a very raw energy. How do you use that in a wise way? How do you use that? How do you use your intellect to really take that energy and morph it into something that's very positive, right? So now when it comes to the planet and or sign and or element that you are going to be paying attention to most this month, the one that's going to come up the most for you, let's see what we got. All right, Virgo, I have air. I have air. So this can just be an air sign in general. This could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but really just I think there's like communication is going to be very important. Communication, your intellect, you know, think, and like it's funny too because like you know we can't always think our way through a situation. We have to learn how to balance like thoughts with emotions and intuition. They are different, and like our gut feeling, learning how to balance all that stuff. But with this air energy, there's definitely going to be this element where like definitely communicate, be very clear in your communication in July because it's like you're working towards something and some people may not necessarily get it. And there could be like weird, just petty arguments throughout the month and stuff like that. And people are going to be thinking that you're cold when really that's not the case. That's not the case. It's not so much that you're being cold, right? It's not so much that you're being cold and distant. It's just that you have, I mean, shoot, you have Saturn and Neptune opposing you, right? So you have Saturn and Neptune opposing you. Shoot, you have Venus, which does rule Libra, going retrograde in your 12th house. That's not necessarily going to be an easy energy to deal with. Virgo's about to go through like a lot of karmic relationship stuff anyways. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Now, when it comes to the answer is simple oracle card for this one. What do we have going on? All right, Virgo, what do we have going on? We have invest in your spirit. You see this? Planting the trees and then they turn into like the beautiful cherry blossoms. Invest in your spirit. There's a reason why a lot of these cards are coming up right now. You know, it's a reason why even the Hermit came out. It's like invest in your spirit. Go within. Invest in yourself. Which I think Virgo's already pretty good at doing that. Virgo can definitely be the life of the party. Generally, a lot of times Virgo is like almost like Virgo. A lot of times is actually hosting the party, which is kind of funny. I think Virgo doesn't really mind cleaning up. It's funny because Virgos love to be neat freaks, and maybe that's why they're like hosting the parties. Is because they get to clean up afterwards and they get like some weird kick out of it. But I digress. Invest in your spirit. So there's definitely going to be like invest in the lighter aspects. Invest in yourself. Invest in your spiritual journey, and don't worry about what everyone else is doing, what everyone else is saying. They may say that you're cold this month, Virgo. They may say that it's like, why are you being so super logical right now? But it's just like you got, you got some kinks to work out in some areas. I got some karmic kinks to work out. And so it's just like, allow yourself to work out these kinks and just like realize that these investments that you're making are very, very important, right? So overall, Virgo, I think it'll be a very interesting month for you. And let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Let me know how it turns out for you. But yeah, that's going to do it for your tarot reading this month, Virgo. I hope that you all enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I definitely appreciate that. If you would like a personal reading with me, beloved, you can follow the link in the description below to my website, jfenixx.com. And I will see you guys on the next video, whether it's the August tarot reading or my daily astrology forecast. I'll see y'all later. Sayonara. Peace out.